You must choose. Choose wisely.
Holy Grail Toys is the ultimate destination for rare action figures, exclusive merch, and collector-grade drops. And now, taking pre-orders for the Bandito 112 scale action vehicle from Odd Frog Entertainment, releasing in 2026.
You have chosen wisely.
HolyGrailToys.com.
The Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
PlasticNews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. PlasticNews.com. Don't forget the IQ. PlasticNews.com.
Well, that's it. We are at day 2 of LA Comic-Con. And guess what? It's not just me, Alexander Storm, today, but we've gotten the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we call ourselves Shadow.
What up, y'all? What's going on, y'all?
Shadow is back. Shadow Man has returned. Yes, that's right. He was working on some other stuff and everything. You got a TikTok, right, brother?
Yeah, I got a little TikTok thing, doing a little this, a little that, and stuff. But yeah,
Still doing some stuff, but pretty soon he'll be back on the network working on things too. So every now and then it's good to take a hiatus. But we're running through. It's day number 2 of LA Comic-Con, and you can see it is very busy today. A little bit busier than yesterday, which is good. One main thing is that while we're upstairs, if you're looking for Pacific artists, make sure you go. They're 1 floor lower than us. So if you're looking for any great comic book artist or anybody who works on your favorite cartoon shows or something, they're down there. But upstairs, it's mostly vendors. So that's the only difference from last year. They've got that. Did you see the hologram of Stan Lee?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Stan Lee looks great. Be able to like voice whatever you want him to say.
Yeah.
And then the hologram does it. That's pretty cool. That's different. That's the AI stuff.
It is.
Which is changing the game on a lot of levels.
Absolutely. And that's kind of different. I think you're going to start seeing more and more of that stuff. If especially somebody in pop culture, they're definitely going to have them that. But that's the interesting fact of the convention, is that every time you're here, something different pops up.
Yeah,
I know today they had Mike Carter from Luke Cage, and he had a couple other actors, I think Charlie Cox and everything, that appeared today. I think for the rest of the weekend, I know Jessica Jones is supposed to appear. So they've got some stars here today. It's like kind of cool.
And of course, for the wrestling fans, Sting is going to be here this weekend.
Yeah.
I think he's either here today or he's here tomorrow.
Okay.
So there's a couple of other wrestlers that's going to be popping up and stuff. So 2 booths down, there's the wrestling topics and wrestling tees next to Potbelly Panda. So you might see a wrestler walk by the booth. You know,
Absolutely.
You never know, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of different again today. Like I said, a lot more foot traffic. A lot of people were more inclined to stop by the booth. I did see our buddies from the Starlight Digest podcast. They were walking by as well, and they've been going out through the cons. Actually, the Starlight guys are scoring pretty well on vintage stuff. Which there's a couple of things I'll wait. They're supposed to join us or somewhere because I know they're walking around, but we'll get them on and you can see what they're doing. Equally from everything else, man, it's just been a very good show.
Yeah.
I think people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
A lot of great cosplay. They've got some cosplayers that have been walking around the convention. Actually, as you walk in, and that's the interesting point, before you make it up the escalators, before you do anything else, there's a huge cosplay area, and everybody's taking photos and
really cool
everything's huge. I've never seen that many cosplayers, not even at San Diego Comic-Con, that were assembled in one area.
Yeah.
Mostly it's throughout the convention. So they're doing their thing, man. I've seen everybody we just saw from Peter Pan, Captain Hook was here.
Yeah, the real Captain Hook, the actual OG, because he looked like he was about 80 years old and stuff, but walking around, got the whole costume on, no makeup.
Yeah.
No makeup. So that was kind of cool, it's kind of crazy to see and stuff, but costume-wise, there's some seriously cool, exciting things happening and stuff. We got my man, the extraordinary
Artist
Mr. Hype.
You know what? I'm going to have him come back here.
Wanted to holler at the Shadow because I ain't seen him in decades.
I'm going to have him come back here, right into the middle, right here. Now, let me give you just a little bit of a history lesson. We're going to go, so we haven't done this on the channel before, but Ray Anthony and I, we kind of grew up together. I've known this man since I'm 14, one of my oldest and dearest and longest living friends. Yeah. And look, my whole thing, I see the directors actually jumped in. What is going on, C? Nice to see you in here, brother. You've been here all weekend long, man. So, what up to you, man? And C's actually in Florida. But Ray Anthony Height, if you don't know, there's a Kickstarter campaign that's going on right now. And he's got a magnificent character. And he's got a couple of characters in there that I know as we were youth that's in there making the rounds in. But right now he's got Midnight Tiger. Now, if you don't know who Midnight Tiger is, you haven't been paying attention to the latest pop culture phenomenon that's hitting the world. It's an original character. And Ray can tell you better than I can, brother.
It's on the shirt.
There you go.
There
there.
Yeah.
Right there. And the Kickstarter was Midnight Tiger.
Yeah, it's going on right now. We're at 51%. We got 19 days left. But when you think about, a character that's come from the hood, and we don't have, especially where we grew up, Compton and LA and stuff like that, most of the characters like Spider-Man and stuff, they're in New York.
Yes.
We ain't got nobody for us.
Exactly.
Right? But now we do.
Yeah, and now
this is Midnight Tiger.
Now with Midnight Tiger, it's Midnight Tiger Evo, right?
Yes, so that's
okay.
The new version. Midnight Tiger came out 2012, was a fan favorite, but I split my time working for Marvel for the last almost 18 years. Got tired of that and figured I'm doing it for myself. And people was glad that bringing the character back. I'm working on X-Men, and people are bringing me up old issues of Midnight Tiger.
There you go. Yeah.
So, that's what it is. Now,
with the Midnight Tiger, we can give them a little bit of tease. There's something changed in this new version of Evo that wasn't in the previous versions. So without giving the story away, because what you got to do is go over to Kickstarter and you got to buy this. So we don't want to ruin the story for you. But if you could give us a tease, what from the last series, that this one may be something that might entice them to come in?
So there's a spoiler where Midnight Tiger comes in as the typical kind of like Peter Parker, Spider-Man-esque character. But at the end of it, the guy he fights, the main bad guy who was, really tearing up the town, gives him an ominous message.
Okay.
And, spoiler alert, he basically said, I was keeping the body count down.
Okay, great. Now, with this, I know a lot of people are always wondering about, betting on yourselves.
Yes.
Because in this business, they kind of like, if you're not part of a conglomerate, then they think that these things are impossible to get done. Now, I've known you for so long. I know the blood, sweat, and tears. But a lot of people think like it's the easy roads. But what does it take to not only balance and actually do a create own character, but also to get other people, there's members of your studio that you're constantly working in. How do you find the balance between the two?
So as a boss, with the new publishing company, Studio Steiger Comics, is that I'm finding people who wouldn't otherwise be able to break in that have the talent, but let's just say there's some gatekeeping. And I have worked long and hard to break down those barriers, and I'm pulling people up.
That's good. That's one of the most positive things to do.
That's it.
You know, give opportunities to other cats that you know, or you see the talent in that hasn't had an opportunity.
Yes.
So a cat like you that's worked on big books, X-Men, Spider-Man, all these different things and stuff, your name speaks volume in this industry, and a lot of people are, you know, follow you or are excited about what you're doing. So you to bring other people up with you is a nice thing. It's a cool look.
Well, you know what? We was all together back in the day.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like this is the game. This is what we do. So, you know, I'm not trying to take over your stream. I appreciate popping in here. I love y'all.
Absolutely.
And I'm about to be out. Keep talking about Ebo.
We will.
Check the Kickstarter. Midnight Tiger Ebo. All right?
Let's
get it.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
So, that was Randy. How you guys got one of the industry professionals to come in.
Up.
Very rare. You can see that's the kind of stuff right there. I'm a hit seated director. Really like how you guys have been covering the event live. I feel like I'm there. Thank you, C. Appreciate that comment. Then right now we've got AJ. Welcome in, AJ. Nice to see you. Great. We're live from LA Comic-Con, right from the actual Potbelly Panda crew. Yeah. But you catch us here on the Shadows Network. Shadow back.
Hey, all right, yeah, I'll be popping in. Y'all ain't gonna know when you're gonna see me, but you're gonna see me. We're doing some things. We're doing some really cool things, and I just love the energy that's spread around here at the convention. It's really cool to see, and it's cool to be here and just get this experience once again and stuff. Potbelly Pandas kicking it hard. I gotta tell you guys that looking at what this is and what this content is and what this can be, it's gold. It's silver. No, not silver. It's gold. It's platinum. There's opportunities for people to get in and get involved in what's going on right now. If you haven't copped one, cop one. Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to see it, go check it out. Potbelly Pandas is this is the next revolution, and it's going to be televised. You just got to be ready for it. And you got to be a part of it.
Now I see seeing the directors at the future comic books and independent creators. That's exactly what Mr. Hyde is and everything. And it's been a pleasure to stuff that goes on live. Sorry about that. I think probably we lost the actual one camera, but we're still showing this live, right? Yeah. So all right. Sorry about that, guys. Every now and then, but the future comic books and independents. So you know it happens. This is what happens when you run a live from an actual convention. I am hitting up. Let's see. Hit up in the comments, CJ. Have you watched the amazing digital circus and murder drones? I actually have not. But I know what you're talking about, but I haven't, AJ. So I will definitely check that out. Let's see. And then pull up one more. Lizzie Freeman is at the location. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, AJ. And like I said, if you're here, I don't know if you're here or if you're just promoting for someone, that's fine. But yeah, you know, tell them come over to booth 810 and we would love to see them and, you know, work it out. It's such a huge convention. The Hidden. Oh, what is going on, Hidden? Are you going to come down on the show? I know you live down here in Southern California. We'd love to have you down here, man. So nice to have you here. One of the aspects that I give about, again, like live, you never know what goes on. That's the thing. You have creators jumping in, stream drops for a second, comes back up. Never know what it is, but that's the thing that we love about it being live and everything else like that. Yeah. Here's one thing that we got a comment from. See the director, who's your favorite hero and villain? Shadow, you can go first.
Well, my all-time favorite is Marvel character. Been a huge fan of the character. I just felt like it hasn't been written correctly. Maybe once or twice he's been written correctly, and that is Wonder Man. Yeah. So I'm very disappointed, and the fact that the casting of Wonder Man for the TV series, I'm not excited about it at all. I think that you should be as authentic as possible to characters that are going to the big screen. So that's Hero. Villain-wise, it used to be Thanos for a long time. I'm satisfied with what they did with it, but is he my all-time favorite villain? I don't think so. I don't know if I really have an all-time favorite villain, man. What about you?
You know what? I'll say, look, I've seen him several times. All-time favorite for the screens, Batman. A little hit and miss with Robert Pattinson's first movie, hopefully, but personally, my favorite has always been what Ben Affleck did. I thought he did a great Batman. He hardened forward. I think that was great. Villains, you know what? I would say also it also lies in the Batman universe. I don't think there's been a great villain since Heath Ledger did the Joker, because that was such a great performance and a great character. He truly, essentially, was one of the better, anti-villains compared to an actual hero. So it's kind of hard, but hey, I'm waiting to see Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. You know?
We'll see. I mean, you can be very successful with what they're getting ready to do, or you can really just kill the franchise in itself.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the moment where the fans will determine if the Marvel film franchise is dead or if it's still alive.
Absolutely. And again, like all kind of things, again, you've got all these individuals that's popping out for the convention, all the crazy pandemonium. It always happens. You can get to see the stuff live. That's the thing that I love about just being everything's spontaneous. See, like we can hold Pixel Plastic Inc. and we can do Toybox Chronicles, but when you're actually live, anything can happen. That's what it makes it unpredictable about you being at these conventions, is that you're able to see that. I've got a dead man over here that's running in, and he's been a dead man. What have you been up to all weekend?
All kinds of shit. I'm all over the place.
Okay.
Everything sucks. I'm just kidding. Having a great time.
Now, what's been the photography with the cosplayers? What are you thought about most of the cosplayers?
Ooh. For the most part, it's pretty nice.
It's been up and down though, right?
Yeah, it has been up and down. There's a lot of people that are like wearing like Halloween costumes that they obviously bought from the Halloween store and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them where that still looks pretty good though.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, nothing stood out.
No. There's a lot of Harley Quinn that stood out. A lot of Batmans.
I saw a Master Chief Spartan Halo that walked by. Also, Legion's magazine. If you guys are into toy photography, if you're into just something different to cut above the rest, got Legion magazine. You go over to legionmagazine.com to purchase it, or on Big Bad Toy Store you can buy that.
Yeah, if you go to Big Bad Toy Store and search Dead Man 1 or Toy Mercs or Legion's magazine, you can find it there.
Now, what kind of accomplishment? Now, here's the thing. Everybody always says it's easy. We just had Ray Anthony Height, a 20-plus year veteran that's doing a lot of independent comics now. You're doing an independent magazine. What does it take to put an independent magazine, get it out, published, and then get someplace like Big Bad Toy Store to carry it?
It is an incredibly lot of hard work.
Again, it always happens like this live. There's always some situations. But first of all, let me go with the chat right quick before. Let's not ignore those guys. It says, is there more comic type vendors, cosplayers, more anime? To me, it determines what makes what makes it more popular in the industry.
Let me take that. Well, I think right now you have a very good mix. You got a lot of comic book stores making comic books available. There's several of those, but there's a lot of creators here today. You can find a lot of different brands that you may or may not have heard of before. And then there's the collectors. There's a lot of collectors booths out there for a lot of different things, from purses to swords to props to toys and action figures to the plushies and stuff. So like Potbelly Panda, you can get Potbelly Panda as well. So there's a good variety, and you can definitely spend a day just walking around and checking everything out here. If you haven't came yet, thinking about coming tomorrow, come on through. It's definitely worth it. Just come early enough so you can find parking.
And then we got AJ explain. So where is Lizzie Freeman? She's at the location. I have no idea. They do have an app though, AJ. So you can look on the LA Comic Con live app, and it'll tell you what locations. But so far, we may be in a different hall. We may be on the other side of the hall, but they really didn't give us other than looking on the LA Comic Con app, and you can actually find the location, stars, and everything else. I hope that answered your question. Here's the thing. We've been always, we have the Shadow Shoot Shot that we did, and actually that's a great show on wrestling, and we hope that everyone's actually paying attention because wrestling is coming back. There's a lot of great things that's happening, and I know there's wrestling coinciding with these conventions just lately as too. We've gotten to the point now where pop culture is influencing everything. And all these situations are coming back, and one area of pop culture is influencing the other area. What do you think it's going to be when, 2026? What do you think the trends of it? Because we've got some Marvel movies coming up. Do you really think that people has gotten fatigued off of the superhero movies, or do you think that it is kind of resurging and coming back again?
I think the most interesting part is coming, and the biggest test is the Street Fighter movie, because you've got Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, several MMA fighters, martial artists. You got a mixed variety of people that are not legendary professional actors that are coming from the sports world into the Hollywood world, and that's part of pop culture, because when you look at what's offered in wrestling, you look at what's offered at conventions, you start to see that it's like these are bigger than life characters coming to life. So the real question, or should I say, is the real test is going to be is how well this movie does, because that's really going to dictate what Hollywood does next.
Yeah.
If you think about Dave Bautista, you think about John Cena, you start to realize like it's not really going to be about the comic books themselves. It's going to be about the characters that people are finding that are coming into the industry, and can they create a hit? And when I say that, I just mean there will always be a lane for superheroes, but good content comes from good writers, good creators, and casting it well. So I think they're going to bank money on people outside of Hollywood more than they have in the last 20, 30 years.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. When it says right there, the best wrestling was in the Attitude and ECW eras, I'm going to give them credit on that. I do think that was when it was at a peak where you were seeing pure and raw talent. Very different from that.
It was.
Also, let's see. Hit it right here. Here's the Doomdays and Secret Wars will definitely bring back the market. I think so too. I think people want to see Robert Downey Jr. I think it was a mistake for them to kill off characters and not actually have replacement characters. So yeah, I think that's going to work out well. Good question, man. One more we'll hit up, and it says, I'm not convinced that the Street Fighter movie, but yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, which I know Keith Urban's in Mortal Kombat 2. That is, look, I got to see. I know they got 50 Cent Jackson. I know they got Roman Reigns. They got Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I need to see footage. Because if it looks like, because, we've got a bad history with Street Fighter movies.
True.
And I got to see footage of it, like, a live trailer or something for me to determine that. So that's going to be a wait and see.
Yeah.
And,
and look, the Attitude Era was a great era. WCW, WWE, ECW. I think this era that we have here right now is just an era where it's just WWE. We have AEW available, but AEW is just such a horrible product that it's not that second tier. Then you have TNA. TNA it's like that second tier without being a second tier because they don't have a TV deal.
Yeah.
So question mark being, will this era be better than that era? As of right now, no, not at all. Not at all. Not until AEW can change their format or whatever.
Are you worried about more actors actually spending more time in the movie studios and acting than actually wrestling? You see it like a conflict of interest?
No, I think that like what we've seen, like Pedro Pascal, perfect example. It was Mr. Fantastic. He was the Mandalorian. He was in the other freaking HBO stuff. I'm tired of that. Like Keith Urban, even this guy's he's been casted for a lot of things. It's time to start casting other people and give them opportunities inside of the business or outside of the business. That's why I'm excited about what's coming with the Street Fighter. Hopefully, it's going to be a good film. It could be terrible, but I think it could be good.
Yeah, let's see. You know what? We've got. Hey, Kelly, can you get Tony come over here? Can you get Tony? Yeah, we're live, so let's get Tony. So, like we was talking about, we got great partnerships and great scenarios for us. And one of the bigger partners that we got at booth 810 for us is actually Tony Kittro from Advent Comics. Come right behind me. And we got Big Tony in the house. And here's the thing. People don't know, one, that he is the publishing home. We have a Shadows Network and everything. We have Lork imprint that will be under Advent Comics.
Yep, coming soon.
And
very soon.
Now, and that will hold Odd Frog, the actual book or the graphic novel, then the miniseries. We've got some other stuff to drop there. Now, here's the best part. My man was, first of all, a 29 and 3/4,
career firefighter, paramedic.
So now, in that same time, through 23 years, 15 of those years were locked in, and you were publishing books on your own.
Yeah.
So you were, for 15 of those years, you were doubly doing what you need to do.
I was.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of people think it's easy to do this stuff.
Oh, no.
How incredibly difficult was it to be a firefighter at the same time, rescuing and servicing people, but at the same time propelling your dream?
Very hard, and it took a long time because I was doing world building as well. So people didn't understand. They were like, why are you releasing all these #1 comics? Why don't you do more than issue #1s? Yeah. I had to set up my universe. So certain characters I knew were vital to the story, like Titan the Ultraman, introduced him. But I had to have a certain other arm that would make sense and publish those books because I had a big maxi series called Cosmos, which has over 100 other publishers and creators involved in it. I had to set up the world in order to go forward with that story. So once that was set up, then I could do issues 2, 3, 4, 5 of the various titles that I had, which I've already done. But most people didn't understand that. They were like, why are you just doing #1s? It's like, because I have to put everything in place first. It's like building a building.
Exactly.
You lay the foundation first, and then you can make it high.
Yeah. And the director said no, that he was actually he wasn't able to be there this year, but you were at last year's LA Comic-Con. Yeah. Hidden, we miss you. Like I said, we hope to see you on our point. Now here's the thing. Tony's got some stuff. He's got a character. Now this is what I think you dream about. Not only do you got a graphic novel that's an LA Comic-Con exclusive here, Southside, the first trade paperback in that, but you've got an actual character here, Dope Malone, the lead character from that book, that is in 3-dimensional format. It's a 6-inch figure.
6-inch action figure.
Now, did you ever think that you would actually have a character that was actually like from the page to be actually an action figure?
Yes, I did, because that was my goal. I had 2 goals in addition to doing comic books. Action figures and Saturday morning cartoon. And back in 2010, I was telling someone here earlier, 12 of my main characters I put in custom form to show toy creators that I was serious about doing action figures and what it would look like. So I always knew it would happen, just a matter of timing. Everything is timing, perfect timing. And I met the guys here, and we made it happen. So I'm honored to be part of the team and honored to see my characters come to life.
Absolutely. And that's the best part about it, seeing characters come to life. Like anytime you read an Advent comic, the difference between, let's just be real about this. The difference between Advent comics and other books is when you open up that book, the characters do come to life. These are guys that, like, when everybody talks about the street level version of the Defenders and everything else like that, these are street level versions of superheroes in a different way, yet through a lens that you would appreciate if you read your Spider-Mans, if you read your Captain Americas, if you done all the rest of the stuff, 100% you would appreciate new and innovative characters. And that's what Advent Comics is. If you're in your local comic book store and you're there and you tell them you see the Marvels, you see the DCs, you see the Image, I want you to go to that counter and I want you to say, hey, where's Advent Comics? But guess what? If they won't get it to you, you demand it from them. But if you can't get it demanded, you get it directly from adventcomics.com, or right now, pretty soon, at one point, it'll be on Holy Grail Toys. comics.com. So you can get Avid Comics. I know there's some digital stuff out there as well. We're working on an initiative for that. 15 years in industry, that's not 16, done by 16 now. Sorry,
August 1st, May 16th.
That's not done by accident. That's done by hard work. So, you know, Tony, now you're not going to be here today, so you got some hours here if you're rushing down here to have them sign some stuff, to pick up some great trade paperbacks, to see all kind of great initiatives. I saw Titan that was right here in front of me. I saw the South Side trade paperback that you can only get here.
Cosmos War One Shot. I bought a few of those. They haven't been released yet. And actually, Cosmos is a 12-issue maxi series that we're doing. Over 100 different publishers and creators are part of the project. The War One Shot has 30 different companies in that one issue alone. A lot of surprises. A lot of companies you're going to be like, how did the little image? Did I give it away?
There you go. There you go.
Did a little company like Advent, little indie company, get all these big name companies to appear?
Absolutely. Here's the thing.
Hard work.
C Director asks the question and says, "What advice can you as professionals give me trying to already release a comic book? What do you think you should do?"
Never give up. Basically, a lot of people get discouraged because comic books is actually a marathon, not a sprint.
That's it. That's the best way to say it.
You guys have to be patient, have belief in what you're doing, and actually the breaks will come. It's all a matter of timing and finding the right people who believe in your vision.
Exactly.
So it's out there for you.
And if Tony can do it as a firefighter and then find the time to do it, then there's no excuse out there. That means that the road was not easy, that you can do it as long as you progress. And the one thing is, like he said, do not give up on it. If it's your dream, then kick a door down to propel your dream through. Now, look, you know, this ain't the last time Tony's going to be on the show.
No, it's not.
Tony's going to be on. You're going to see Tony's face enough where he may see it more than mine, actually.
I don't know about that, but you're going to see me quite a bit.
But the thing about it, we're looking forward to a lot of great stuff from it. This is our publishing partner right here. And I will tell you something. Class personified. From the minute that this man got off the plane to the minute in front of the booth, people have enjoyed the experience. That's what you get live from these events. You get to actually talk, meet creators. It's not like in the days where they push people out the door. These creators want to talk to you, and they want to hear your stories, and they want you to purchase theirs.
And I'm always the type that my door is open, so I'm down to help anyone who wants to get in this industry, because it's hard to get a foothold in. So anything I can do to help people, I'm willing to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Tony, we thank you for your time.
No problem.
Like I said again, he's at booth 810 Advent Comics. Make sure if you can't get that, go online right now. Advent Comics on Instagram, or you can go to adventcomics.com. You got no excuse not to know what a 16-year veteran in the industry is doing. Advent Comics, the home of everything, lore and print. And we got a frog that's bouncing around pretty soon over there.
Be prepared. We're about to do some big things.
There you go, Tony.
And I don't say that lightly.
Oh,
Be
no.
prepared.
No, he doesn't. All right, well, Tony, I'm going to let you go back to sell some books, brother. Appreciate you being in, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
All
Everybody
right, man.
take care. Be safe.
All right, now. There you go. We got some other things. Well, let's take a look at the chat again.
Okay.
Let's hit up something. Right down. How do you get in comic shops to carry our products? Okay, that one is I would say an easy but yet hard one. First of all, what you should do is actually have an actual book published. You go down to find a local comic store, talk to the owner, see if there's a way that they would actually order some books for me, or if you actually have a certain number of books, maybe they'll purchase off of you directly. But I would say start one comic book at a time, and then once you start building some momentum, start hitting for an actual distributor, because there's several 100%. Distributors out there for you. But try at a local comic store. If you got good work, and a lot of these comic stores want to support local artists and local creators, that's the best advice I have just starting off from it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to another one. Let's see. The Hidden. What's up, The Hidden? Stay strong, Tony. Thank you, Hidden. He will. Great. Hey, the aspect of it is that, look, you know the man. You know he's here. You know he's back. And that's the thing that we're happy about. Like I said, he's one of the founders of a lot of stuff we do. When we were working and all the other hard work that we have suffered through and done, we couldn't have made it throughout his guidance through the year. This man's like, he is a mentor to me. I am absolutely always appreciative of having him on when we're doing the shoot shots and see him in it. It's a privilege and a pleasure to have him on. And I know that he's been fighting through his things to make sure people out there, you don't understand that this man is the original individual that was actually brought us into this. So we were doing radio shows and Shadow kids chance to get on the shows. And when we say legend and his legacy, it is through us. His legacy still goes on. I feel privileged, Shadow, every day that I get to talk to you and we have this situation. I understand that I'm here because of you. And if you weren't around, I'd probably be in a hell of a lot more trouble than normal.
We've been through a long, heavy road, and we've done a lot of cool things together. I think one of the best things about it is seeing what's going on now, the fans witnessing what's happening, the evolution of SKN, the Potbelly Pandas, the comic books in the works, so many projects in the works, and the opportunities that are open, and the doors that are opening now. It's the work, and like people can look and say, "Oh wow, cool! These guys are so lucky." Nah, we put in the grind. We grinded for like decades.
Yeah.
And I say decades. I mean, this is how long. Diamond Dallas Page was WCW champion. That's how long.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
Where is he now? He's doing yoga.
Man,
so that was a long time ago, during the beginning of the Attitude Era, whatever it is and stuff. But like all of us, the team, the crew, everybody, we hustled. We did the Comic Con. We did San Diego Comic Con. We did LA Con. We done Anaheim Con. We've done all those different things and stuff to just really push and drive up to the moment like where things are at right now.
And I will tell you, like I said again, shout out to DDP Yoga. You know, if you're looking to transform your life, DDP can transform it for you.
Yeah.
Hey.
And just to represent just one factor.
Yeah.
The stuff that we did first is like Rob Van Dam. He was the first wrestler to ever step foot in the Comic Con and be a part of a Comic Con. We did that. Yep. Then everybody else copied. Like Marat Michaels and Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bro. Like,
started the trend.
You got the idea from us. You copied us. But it's cool because like more people done what we did. And we started a trend. AEW, WWE, they've all attended or been a part of a Comic-Con and stuff. So that's our contribution to what we did and stuff. There's a lot of podcasts out there because of what the Shadow did a long time ago.
Absolutely.
I'm excited and ecstatic about that and stuff, that like this is going. People are expressing themselves. And I think the key to expressing yourself is being able to do what you love to do. You got a dream. There's something that you want to do. There's something that you want to accomplish. Go for it. Have a plan. Create something. Lay out a plan. And then start to network and build that connection to be able to execute.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. Where can they find you at? Other than the Shadow Knows Network, where else can they find you at?
Right now, all I'm doing is for my enjoyment, when I want to express myself. I got a little TikTok page that just started. It's at .shadow. That's what the name they gave me. .shadow. SHADOWE. So if you look me up on TikTok, you'll find me. I got like a couple of videos already posted, and it's called Slow. Shadow's Legacy on Wrestling.
Absolutely.
So that's what's up.
Now, before we go, we're gonna get Kelly from Odd Frog.
Yeah,
we're having him pop on.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna let you handle it, Kelly.
You go handle that stuff, and like I said, man, Shadow, thank you for the time as always.
Thank you, brother.
Shadow's back. We'll be seeing him more on the network.
I'm gonna pop up all over the place.
Absolutely, Shadow.
Just get ready.
Thanks for coming by, bro.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. See you next time.
Odd Frog. Thank you, Shadow.
Hold on. We're gonna give you the microphone. There you go.
Just put it over.
Yep, you can. And we'll have Kelly watch the thing. We got it. All right. Now, our business partner and, executive, I will give you credit, Kelly Greenwood here of Odd Frog Entertainment. And he's got a couple of things. Now, yesterday we teased something. And today we actually, if you're here at the convention, you can see it. He's been working on something. And a lot of people out there do these things. No one's done it better like James Bond. Like I said, now, we saw the Bandito. We saw the Badland version of the Bandito. Yep. We've seen the actual lowrider version of Bandito. Yep. We've seen the actual standard stock version of it.
Yep.
But now we've seen something that's going to blow the Bandito out of the water that's going to be coming. You can give the announcement out here. What's been sitting on the shelf that's awesome?
So we've been able to debut at the show our big giant bad van. So this is an urban assault tactical van. It's very big. It probably would fit comfortably up to like 8 to 10 characters.
Yeah, absolutely comfortable.
In the back, it's got barn doors on the side with a slide out minigun turret, so you can sit in the seat or have your character sit in the seat and aim them around. It's got a light up computer command center in it, a gun rack. It's got a little couch seat in the back. So lots and lots of little extras. There's a roof rack where you can put all your gear, tactical gear. We want to do things like have an attachable drone that can airstrike stuff. So it's a massive, massive vehicle. It goes great with Punisher. You can do A-Team, all that stuff. It's got big, like monster, off-roading tires on it. So yeah, we're really proud of it. Eddie was up basically all night for the last 3 nights getting it built because we basically just decided like 2 weeks ago on a whim to go ahead and do it. But we made it happen, and it's here, and it's getting a lot of attention. So we're really proud of it.
And it is. And one thing that a lot of people said was you can. Everyone's styling around saying, "Hey, I could put the Punisher in it."
Yeah.
And I've heard like every other comment was like, "Hey, I would have thought." I said, "Well, then maybe the 18 would have been more."
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "No. Yeah. I actually need to put Punisher." Now, here's the thing: you've got last year's 2-pack Punisher that was out, and that one's the Jim Lee looking version.
Ooh, nice.
But they just released this week the Gamerverse Punisher.
Okay.
And that comes with arcade version of the Punisher, and that's like drawn like Mike Zeck's Punisher in the day.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad they're doing that.
And they got a Nick Fury, so that's straight out of the video game version.
I just saw those.
Yes.
I just saw those.
So
those are cool. Yeah.
That means that not only you got a Punisher ready, you got a future Punisher that's coming out that will fit that van exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be down here to see it, but if you want to see a look of it, at one point or another on the Odd Frog Entertainment YouTube channel, you will actually see that sneak peek of it.
Yeah.
And there's a video being prepared. But we wanted to let the world know that not just the Bandito's out, but now there's a van to go with that Bandito.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can say other than you got to keep checking Odd Frog Entertainment, innovations being made over there, and also creativity. And the one thing is passion.
Yeah.
It's full of passion. These guys worked hard. These are great looking vehicles. That's why we decided to partner up with them, because we partner with the best, and the best partner with us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've told several people that have come up and stuff, when you're working for Mattel or you're working for one of these bigger companies, you get in there all excited and you're like, cool, I want to build action figures.
Absolutely.
And they're like, that's awesome. Here's Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
what you end up working on for 2 years, So for us, it's just like we wanted to build what we wanted to build. We wanted to get into the market, so we tried to price it at a level that would just get us noticed and get it out there. And then we can unveil our wider world of stuff that we're building. The van is part of that. We've finished our 64-page graphic novel. It is done. It is with the letter. We have the great Bob Layton, the artist that did a lot of those great Iron Man armors, is doing a variant cover for us, so we're really proud of that. Great guy. And that should be coming out around maybe the end of the year or so. It's getting letters done now. Alex would know more about that production stuff than I do, but
we're gonna, and that's gonna be on the Allure imprint over at Advent Comics. And you're gonna see great work from that. And one aspect is, look, I understand that this process, no one does these things alone. We like to think that we've got a singular idea. But when you put a bunch of people together, that single idea splinters out with more human beings and more touches. How essential is it for you to have, number one, to identify the right team members, and number two is let them have their own way of doing things?
So that's kind of how you identify them, right?
Yeah.
If people are self-motivated and passionate about what they're doing, you don't have to tell them what to do. You don't have to have them come up and ask what's next. They're just doing it.
True.
And you want to do here at Odd Frog, as you know, Alex, is to empower creators. When I worked for the bigger companies, you sign a contract and 24 hours a day, whatever you create belongs to that company. So here at Odd Frog, when we're working with like you guys and stuff like that, we don't want to own your ideas. We have our own. We have the Bandito comics. We want to do all that stuff. But we also have kind of the ability and the knowledge and the skill to help people bring that to fruition. We have manufacturing and all that kind of stuff. So it just made sense to me. I don't need to own your ideas. I want to do my own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, again, you run this with your better half. He's right over there.
Yeah.
We're going to switch out from you, Kelly. We're going to bring Eddie over here.
Absolutely.
Because we can't do one another. But here's the thing, man. Always a pleasure being here, but you got to come down and see the car. We're going to give Eddie his due and his time in because he deserves to shine because he's,
Come on over here,
he's
brother.
bad band sanding.
My best friend and business partner.
There you go. He gets it through.
Oh, yeah, you need this.
Camera. Yep, we're going to run it off. All right. We got one more. We got Eddie. All right, now you know you've seen Eddie right there.
What's up, guys?
Does
What's
that.
up?
We like to say hard work Eddie because hard work. Eddie be sanding.
I be sanding, I be bundling, I do what it do with the cars, you know, make them happen.
Now here's the thing. One, we saw the setup, and there's a lot of great things about the setup. Cars are fantastic, sanding that you did, but the thing that stood out to me was there's a story being told. There's an element to being with it, right?
Correct.
Now, it's not just you, right?
It's not just me. So me and my son actually teamed up to make the dioramas. He's only 16. He's very talented. He's kind of following in my footsteps. But, you know, with each car, you kind of have to place it in an environment. So, you know, we've been up all night the last few nights making these dioramas. And, you know, he really enjoys it. You know, I like having him by my side. He's here today. But, you know.
Yeah, we're going to pull him on the camera.
It's been
Let's
a wild
get
ride.
him on the camera. Let's go. Let's pop on. Come on. Like I said, now here's the point. We just want to show you the face of a diorama building for the future. Right here, 16 years old. Excellent dioramas right here. Somebody grab the Papani Panda. Like I said, you know, got to watch that always.
You still got them wrestling reflexes.
There you go. Shadow got it. Shadow is always stopping the diversion that's going.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. But, you know, 16 doing dioramas. We've got the whole team there. When you have a father and son scenario where you can share the same kind of bond when you're working on things, I'm sure this is a very proud moment for you.
It is, you know, having him here by my side and just enjoying the moment. And it's one of, not his first con, but it's our first major one. And, you know, he's having a good time. But just having my son here and, you know, knowing that he enjoys doing what we do here is it's really gratifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, AJ, brother, like I said, so happy to have you in here, brother. All right, man. Have a great day, bro. So like I said, you know, this is what happens. Proud fathers on the show teaching next generation how to actually knock out actual things in the business, man. So that's what we do here. We've got so many great things that are popping up, so many innovative things. I think that people think that this is easy. Is it easy, Eddie?
And we make it look easy. Let's just put it like that. You know, it's a lot of sweat, blood, tears, and a lot of long hours to get things done. But I mean, we enjoy it, and it beats some of your other jobs. You know.
We got the hit and said hi, Eddie. Hit that down and hitting actually. Let's see what else he says. Eddie, it says, can you say a few words?
Hey, well, say what's up.
Like I say, yeah.
He's a man of little words, you know.
Yeah, there you go. But guess what, though? Little words mean big actions.
There you go.
So you got to be down here to see these dioramas as well. You know, in the future, I'm probably sure hit him up. What's your Instagram handles?
Well, mine is my first and last name is Eddie, and then Hermosillo, HERMOSILLO. That's on Instagram, but you can also follow the Chop Shop, which is the brand under Odd Frog Entertainment, 112th Street Chop Shop. And, you know, we've had a lot of people actually reach out to us about the dioramas.
That's where they can do it, right?
Inquiring about them and wanting some customized ones. So, yeah, reach out to us on there. And Eddie at oddfrogentertainment.com is my email. You can reach out with any sort of questions. And, yeah, man, we're available for work. We do design work, and we can make dioramas now, you know?
Absolutely. And I would love to go into the other things that you're doing, but there's certain things we got to keep secret because there's certain companies and certain things you guys are working and tooling on, because it's not like they only do work here. They also actually are help if you got an idea, design, or something in your head, and you just don't know where to fit. These guys will bring that to life. So they're willing to work with other toy makers to get their dreams off the ground just like theirs.
Yeah, so we have capabilities to rapid prototype. We design, we can 3D print, we can make, like I said, prototypes. And, you know, we want to be able to help to empower those independent creators and get their ideas off the ground. And, you know, just help people achieve their dreams, their toy dreams.
So, like I said, when you were starting this, did you think that, 1, there would be a car, 2, there'd be a comic, 3, there'd be a van?
We didn't, you know, when I was in design school, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go into like action figures and stuff, but you know, we saw a market for cars. You know, you got companies left and right doing action figures all the time. So we kind of came up with that term, action vehicles, because action figures need action vehicles, right? So, you know, it's a niche that we see that growing every day. Like, you know, like Alex said, there's other companies now doing vehicles as well, but you know, we kind of set ourselves apart, and we're trying to do our own thing and stick to like our own aesthetic, our own styles, and the customizability is what we're trying to do.
Right here it says, okay, nice. We have to definitely have to link up. I have some stuff that I want to bring to life.
Yeah, shoot us the email.
C Director's one of our guys. He's always in our shows and everything. So C's got some good ideas and everything. I know C's working on a comic book himself. So yeah, they can definitely do that. And AJ says, could you interview Lizzie Freeman at the West Hall table 26, please? We will definitely try. We've got some Roman dudes, but there are also some issues as well because, again, while they're on the West Hall and everything, there's different stages that we're at. We are still kind of vending on the table, but if we have a guy that's roaming around the convention, we'll try to get him over there for you, AJ. But it's probably going to be a little bit later. It won't be today. We may have to actually just interview it and put it up on the actual channel. You know, hey man, the one thing that I love, and this is the aspect where I do, it's like you never know where this is going to take you. So you never knew you were going to be at this level doing these things now. But now that you're doing it, is it like, you know, do you is it interaction online, or is it when you're live here at these events? Is that where you feel it?
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe. You know, online, everybody can kind of get interactions online, but when you're in person and you actually see people's faces and their expressions and you're able to shake hands and meet people, it's a whole different vibe, and it's really cool. I like being in person more, being able to talk more to people. You know, not that being online or like on Instagram isn't personal, because then you definitely can reach out to various people that way too, but this is a whole different environment that we imagine, especially LA Comic Con. We've been to a few other ones, Joe Lana and a few Robo Toy Fest, but I mean, this is a whole new ball game that I never envisioned that we'd have a booth at LA Comic Con.
And it says, C says the signal's kind of going weak and everything, video's lagging a little bit at times. Yeah, sorry about that, C. Well, that's actually our catchphrase, actually, when that moment happens. Look, this is day 2. We will be on tomorrow for day 3, the final day of the LA Comic Con. We thank everybody here. Do us a favor, even if it's lagging, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing here on the Shadow Knows Network. From also there, make sure you Frog Entertainment, like, subscribe, and everything for them. Go over to the Instagrams, do that as well. We're going to see you tomorrow. I'm Alexander Storm. This is my boy, Eddie H., and he's part of Off Rock Entertainment. We're doing big things. See you tomorrow, guys. Keep checking the socials. We'll post some stuff up. Have a good night, guys.